Today guys, on Age of Empires Mobile, we're going to be doing Fix My Form episode 2, which is all about you guys asking questions about Age of Empires Mobile and me answering them for you guys in a nice video format. And if you want to be a part of this, it's really easy to do. All you gotta do is join my official community Discord. There is a link in the description down below, and all you have to do is once you join, guys, in the landing zone, you will hit the welcome page. Go to the rules, hit the little thumbs up once you've read the rules, and then go to a role and get the Age of Empires mobile role here. This is going to allow you to see the area, including Fix My Form. And this is where you can just honestly ask anything to me or anyone in the actual Age of Empires mobile community, and they can answer as we go. So what we're going to do is go through all of these, and at the same time, as you can imagine, we're going to be using the main game here to actually answer all of these questions to help you out. So you've got a nice visual instead of me talking and texting in the Discord at times, because it is sometimes a little bit confused what people want. So the first thing is just talking about the OG Josephine, King Derek, and Hammurabi March. How can they improve this march? Because they've got this on screen and they're probably wondering how this works, right? So this honestly does a really good explanation of explaining it with this key line here. The synergy between Hammurabi and King Derek revolves around the route state. Inflicting this honestly allows the synergy to work, and you can see that if we go into the main game now. If we go down, find our good old King Derek here and come out, his skill, when you read his first skill, says he deals might damage to the target, but if they're already in the route state, you increase their might damage taken by a certain amount, right? So you can see if they already got the route bonus on them, you're going to deal damage and increase the amount of damage they're going to start to take. And as you can imagine, you can do something like the Sunder, which is going to rip their damage on and obviously put the route state on, or you could do the charging state, which reduces all enemies, heroes, might, and strategy, which gives you a nice little bit of a tempo swing. But the combo is, as you guys know, Hammurabi, and Hammurabi does also inflict the route state, which is really good. So this is where you want Hammurabi in front of your commander. So if you were going to make a formation of this, and you guys are wondering how this would look in your formation run, you always want to make sure if you have Josephine primary, no matter what, your Hammurabi always needs to be in front of your King Derek, because they need to have that chance that Hammurabi hits the route state for King Derek. Now you know how this kind of match works. You can see the main synergy is actually these two commanders. It's not actually the Josephine. Josephine's there and she can help out. I'm not saying she is bad at all. But if you're a super free-to-play player, you can go to the wheel here, and there is going to be some other commanders. Obviously, here we've got Solomon and Octavian for this week, but what you can unlock on the second season, so this is after you've completed your Imperial City, you can go for the good old Yodit, right? And Yodit would be a fine upgrade instead of Josephine. She's just going to give yourself might damage, which stacks, increasing obviously the damage, and then gives you damage immunity, which is so good. So you could run the Yodit on top instead of the Josephine. It is entirely up to you. But if you're going to go for more overall upgrades, you do want to try and get rid of one of two rules, right? If you get rid of King Derek, it's because you don't want to run, unfortunately, the route combo, right? So if we go into, you know, the actual warrior area, if you're trying to replace this, the only way you can replace this is actually going for a march which involved Tribuana here, right? So you can see you could run Josephine with Tribuana and then something like Hammurabi at the back. And this is going to allow you to have an upgrade instantly, because you're going to have an increase on activation chances, but it's going to get rid of that King Derek. Maybe your King Derek, like yours is higher level. And if it is, you could switch out the Hammurabi and have the King Derek at the back still, just because he's going to be doing more work than him. Once you've got this kind of sorted out, you will upgrade it again and just get rid of Hammurabi for Yoda, and you will run Josephine, Tribuana, and Yoda, and that's a nice little progress for pretty much free-to-play players to have some warriors out there if you want to run those warriors. So that's what I would do if I was you and you're a free-to-play player and you're trying to work on maybe like using this King Derek or getting rid of your King Derek in your lineups and upgrading that march. So that is going to be the very first one, how to improve or evolve this march. Nicely answered. Does armor affect the second and third slot if you put armor on them, or only the third? So this is a really good question, and I honestly answered it here, but we're going to go more in depth for that. People obviously ask this quite a lot. All armor applies to all heroes within the march, guys, meaning if you go into game and whatever hero you have right in your formation, everything matters. And I mean that everything matters. Your heroes armor for all of your primary slots. So your primary slot, your secondary slot, and your third slot. The level of your gear, the level of your ring, the level of your skills, obviously the level of your hero, the star level, and obviously the talent choices that you've got over time all matter to your heroes. So hopefully that answered the question. Does all armor matter? Yes, it does. And that's why we really make it clear when it comes to maybe a free-to-play player, and even myself, running 2 epic gear slots, so you have 2 full epic marches, right, like this, is a really good thing to have, and then 1 legendary one, because the amount of legendary stars it's going to take and just resources it takes to get 1 sorted, it's criminal, right, compared to doing it on the purples. So this is again where you can see how much easier it is to upgrade, and kind of just showcase that we have, boom, we just kind of up-starred our good old one here. So we've got 2-starred already on our boots for our Attila. So just to showcase that it does matter, and have a nice, good, legendary, epic setup when it comes to your gear. And you're not going to go wrong. It's going to be a nice, easy grind, honestly, and you're going to enjoy the game, right? So now going back into the good old Discord and Fix My Form Hero Rally. Now this was a big one, and I wanted to slap this person so hard for suggesting this, but this is fair enough, right? So Nikasan says, should I use the Hero Rally to get Josephine or to get a different hero? And that is a really good question, because people might want to use the good old Hero Rally area, right? Which is fine if you want to use the Hero Rally area. But the problem is using it on Josephine. So if you wanted to work on Josephine, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. You should have completed all of the Battle Expeditions Battlefield Survivor game mode, because for every Battlefield Survivor game mode that you completed in that mini game, which was like the Survival IO mode, you got chests for either Josephine or Joan of Arc. And I technically leveled up my Joan of Arc, and I can showcase what my Joan of Arc looks like already in game by doing it that way and going all in. So I would use the free-to-play stuff on this hero. And again, for heroes in the tavern generally, like Josephine, Hammurabi, even technically like Cleopatra in certain senses, and so on, and YSG, you don't want to be wasting hero rally medals on these heroes, because they're so much more easier to obtain compared to other heroes in the game. So if we go into the full game now, you can see we're at the Hero Rally area, and there is, as you can see, some of the tavern heroes. Guan Yu's there, you've got Joan of Arc, you've got Harold, you've got Josephine as asked, but you've also got some of the harder to obtain heroes in the game. So Philip the Fourth is a really good actual tactician infantry player if you run Sun Tzu, Philip, Theodora. And with that, Theodora is also in here, which is really good for Sun Tzu. Philip, Theodora. You could run Sun Tzu, Charlemagne, Theodora. You can also run Suleiman with Queen Sendiok and Theodora. You could run Theodora in everything. She's that good of a support hero. You could go for that. If you're an actual player that wanted to run El Cid and you ran El Cid's wheel insanely hard to get him leveled up to a 5-star hero, well, Tariq is in heroes as well as Bushra. Again, 2 harder to obtain heroes in the game, but guess what? You're able to do that through here. So if you've not guessed it, I would purposely stay away from all the tavern-based heroes at first, maybe once you've gone down the line and you've completed some of the main marches, but I would go for the harder to obtain heroes, which is going to be your Philip, your Theodora, your Tariq, your Bushra, and then finally Queen Sendiok. Those are the ones that I would personally go for. And if you are trying to go for these other heroes, the only exception maybe to that rule could be Guan Yu. And the only reason you would go for Guan Yu is if your aim is to run Lubu, Guan Yu, and Attila the Hun. If that's your goal, I can understand why you want to get this guy 5-starred. So he's maxed out, Lubu's maxed out, and maybe your Attila's 3-starred or better, right? And that's fine, right? I can get that. But apart from that, I would not waste hero rally tokens on anyone else. And I'm sorry, I just wouldn't do that in my opinion, right? So that is hopefully a nice answer on should you invest on Josephine or not, right? You got a nice bit of info there. So now we've got another one, which type? This is probably the same one I answered earlier, which it seems like it is. Here you want to always put, as I kind of said earlier, Hammurabi always wants to be in front of King Derek. It doesn't matter that King Derek is highest star rating. What you care about is the way the synergy works, and the fact that Hammurabi can trigger the route state before King Derek. That's what matters. So make sure you swap that out. Nicely, easily done. Here is how to change the alliance colors. So in order to actually do this in game, obviously you need to be the alliance leader, right? So if we go into the full game now, the alliance leader area, you can go into the settings, and in the basic settings you can change this, right? It's in the customization for it, right? You can go to flag preview, you can change that too, but you have to do that if you're the leader. Only the leader can do that, no one else, right? So that's just kind of showcasing. Here, this is where you can see anyone that is on your fellowship, basically like in your friends, you know, in your server. So you can see we've got Smash Squad 1, obviously, 2, 4, and we've got Cat and SBH. So basically all of the allies in your server you can add, and this makes them into a different troop color, right? So you can see how they're all in yellow, so you know they're not enemy players. So you can do all of that in your main settings, but you have to be the alliance leader in order to do that. Now, going back into Discord, checking out here, we've got next on what to pick. So I have 2 custom legendary hero chests, one with 10 medals with 20 hero medal choices. So you get basically 1 chest, you get 20 heads, which is really good, and where I can most likely pick Barbarossa or Rane. I also finally picked up Leonidas and still level 1, rank 3 out of 5. The goal is to fix my pikeman lineup. Bushra will join my martial cavalry, replacing my Seong the Great. But I would also like to improve my current archer lineup. Okay, currently I only have 17 universal hero medals. And should I get Barbosa from both chests, or pick Barbosa and Rane and get who from what chest? They'll be given new heroes soon. So I did replace, obviously, Antonis, so I didn't waste his time, because I don't want him to obviously pick up a hero that he didn't need. So instantly, if you're in this predicament, don't pick up Barbarossa. And I'm going to be that guy to say that. You can hate on me if you want, but I wouldn't, because the thing is, you can do with pikemen, especially pikemen in this game, is do quite a lot of things. You can ignore firstly Barbarossa and pick up Boudica in the next season, which is a hands down better hero. So if we come back into the game, we've got Richard I here, which is going to be your main go-to hero If you're a spender, you're going to have Leonidas like he does. And the thing is, on that third slot, if you're running Richard Leo, you're going to be unlocking the Boudica for that match. Barbarossa, personally, isn't good enough to overrule Boudica. She just provides too much support by increasing the might of your highest might based pikeman, meaning he's dealing more damage. And the thing is, if you go all the way down to where Barbarossa, he's all about sustain, and it is nice to have that sustain on the match in earlier seasons, but I would always look at Barbarossa here as a stepping stone, guys. He's just a hero at the beginning that you're going to use as a stepping stone. Maybe when more warrior pikemen come out, you're going to use maybe Barbarossa, Joan of Arc, and someone else who's brand new to the game. Until there's more better heroes, you'll replace the Joan of Arc with, and then you'll replace the Barbarossa. So that's kind of the way you want to look at it when it comes to your warrior pikeman side of things. So I would always save, ignore Barbarossa, and instead what you could do is instantly unlock for next, this is Rani, because the thing is with Rani, no matter what, even if you unlock her in season 1, you're still going to be using her in the next season, because even though I'm still running my Mulan with my Attila the Hun and I've got my Rani here, you can see I've unlocked, and some people might not have Mulan, but you will unlock the good old Bellevue, right? And Bellevue is basically just another good, insane damage attack hero. This is going to basically give you a bunch of might while you're in the double attack state, which is really good, but you reduce your armor. And the thing is with Bellevue, I will give you guys a little tip. You want her 5-star because now you reduce no armor. So you no longer lose any armor, but you increase your might by an extra 30. And on top of that, you get 10% more chance state and you get an extra 60. So you have technically 90 might gained and a 10% increase on that double attack state from happening without losing any armor. So it's a really powerful hero that you can run Rani with. So if you're going to upgrade or choose a chest that's Rani or Barbarossa, in my opinion, I would pick Rani, because you know you can run Bellevue, Rani with Josephine or even Attila, right? It depends on what you're going for. If you're a spender, obviously you're going to be rocking the Mulan in there, but that's kind of the beauty of that. So hopefully that kind of answers a little bit on those matches, and anyone who's got, you know, questions very similar to that, let me know, because obviously I can, you know, answer those questions. But that is going to be the final one for today's Fix My Form. And the thing is, if you guys want me to answer any questions or just go over anything like this, if it's to do with the games, as you can see, Hero Rally event, March setups, Alliance stuff, if you got anything you want to ask about, put it in the Fix My Form area in my Discord by clicking the link down below and joining. We're growing so much stronger every single day. We're already at 250 members. Why not make it 500 members, guys? Let's make it 1,000 members. Let's make it 10,000 members. Who knows, right? But let's get this community Discord growing. It's there for everyone to have fun and actually use like a real Discord with community forums and you name it. So with that, smash the like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next video, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out, guys.